Well, GM. G.
To the
M. Great morning, my friends. DJs, Diamond Hand fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pioneers, pivoters, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out, and anyone in between. Welcome back. And welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel.
baby.
Guess no Ric Flair woo this morning. Do it on my own. Wow! I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Let me be the first to tell you that we got one hell of a show on tap for you here on this fantastic Friday morning. It is February the 7th, 2025. And I hope you're ready to come alive because we got more motivation, more inspiration, more good vibration, and more high level conversation coming your way over the course of episode 664 than you're going to know what to do with before you leave the door. But before we get to the opposite side, before we start to tap into those aforementioned vibes, I must humbly ask you to do a few things. If you can find it in that big old heart of yours to do so this morning, maybe you could do us a couple quick favors. Maybe, just potentially, you could take a quick second to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently adjusting the Forge of Fuel podcast on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell down there as well, so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the channel. And if you're enjoying this morning's program, you might as well hit that like button down there too, so you can help the old algo get to going and flowing on the old tube of the U variety. But maybe you're watching on Rumble, and if that's the case, maybe you could smash the subscribe button over there, maybe turn on a notification bell, and maybe even hit a like button as well, and help that algo get to going and flowing over on the Rumble. But maybe you don't like either one of those platforms. Maybe your viewing platform of pleasure is the old X app. Maybe you're over there right now, tuned in live in prime time. And if so, maybe you could take a quick moment to smash that heart button and like the show. Smash that repost button and send it out there on the timeline. Or maybe even crush that quote post button and let the people know on your timeline why you decided to tune in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel this morning. And last but certainly not least,
I did not forget about you, audio listeners of this podcast. Maybe you are listening to the show on Amazon, Apple Music, or potentially even watching on Spotify as well. And if so, maybe you could give us a follow, subscribe, leave us a 5-star rating, or honestly just smash the shit out of whatever button you currently see on your screen, as it only helps us continue to grow and flow on all those platforms as well. Nah, man.
shout out to all you beautiful human beings tapped in, tuned in, locked in live in prime time that have already smashed the shit out of all of those buttons, helped us get going and flowing in the old algo. But maybe you haven't. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, why do I need to hit those buttons? Why is it my job to help the algo go and flow this morning?
Rude.
Well, hey, this is our job. Our job is to make you laugh, maybe make you cry, maybe make you think, maybe dish out some perspective that makes you go, oh, I ain't never thought of it that way before. Oh, that just smacked me in the soul. And if we do our job, maybe you could do your job and not be a hoe. Share the show, be a friend, tell a friend, let somebody know, and we will proceed with this morning's program. My friends, you've heard we, you've heard us, you've heard fellas, and you've heard various sounds all around, but I'm the only one you've seen on your screen, so a little bit of housekeeping needs to be done. First of all, obviously, with all the glass breaking, the bells ringing, Ronnie Coleman, Ric Flair, and the Macho Man Randy Savage, that must mean, oh, wait, I could have done that way better. What am I doing? I missed. Obviously, with all the glass breaking,
What?
all the bells ringing,
What?
all the Ric Flair woos,
What?
all the Macho Man Randy Savage,
Oh, yeah!
all the Ronnie Coleman,
What?
all the great sounds going on out there right now
What?
must mean that my man, your guy, DEEZYY, is live in the building.
Lightweight, baby!
Woo! Shout out DEEZYY, the lightweight slinging, iron pumping, bowling ball bench pressing, Mr. Producer of this fine morning program and decoding the divide every Wednesday evening. Shout out to you, DEEZYY. Wouldn't be possible without you, my guy. But there's another young man also here with us. The other half of this fine morning program graces us with his presence on that side of the screen. And then sometimes we flip sides and then he gets real big and starts giving you some fire flame heat, dropping bombs left, right, and center. Nah, man. This morning, joining us from parts unknown, a city that he has fond love for. And boy, oh boy, probably coming off of an electric evening with some amazing humming beans. My friends, he is the traveling man, always getting off a tin can to go complete some mission in a foreign land, and today he checks in from said foreign land.
What?
He is the founder of the Grandpa Ape Country Club,
What?
the lead pro on the GACC greens, if you will.
What?
Inside joke. Sorry, kids. He is a professional DJ with a wide-ranging musical catalog. More songs inside that catalog than you'll know what to do with if you ever find yourself on a dance floor where he is the DJ of the evening and you'll look over at that booth and feel the bass from the tip of your head down to the bottom of your toes, and you'll say, oh my goodness gracious, is that a human iPod?
What?
A purveyor of positive vibes.
What?
A curator of high-level energies.
What?
A certified PLP pusher.
What?
My friends, the jet plane flying.
What?
McLaren driving.
What?
Rolex rocking.
What?
Jesus piece dangling.
What?
Integra window smashing.
What?
New resident and soon-to-be president of Chicago, Illinois.
What?
The one, the only.
With an emphasis on the one.
What?
He's
DJ Swirl One.
Great morning, Mr. Bonvoy. How you doing?
I'm great. You already know I love me a Mark Marriott. Yeah, Marriott's treat me well around here. So great morning to everybody out
They
there.
got you in the fucking hallway, dude?
You like that?
Oh, hey, you got you a pad over there. Holy shit.
Oh, I got me a chante. You know what I mean? A big chante.
Ew.
Hey, I mean, there's stuff going on down there. There's stuff there. I mean, bro, Marriott loves me. They even send me, and I don't have it over here, but nice little card. Welcome, Mr. Ambassador. I'm like, I love this place, man. You know, they know I'm coming, so they set me up a little bit, so that's good. Good morning to everybody out there. Let me tell you what, the water has been flowing amazingly. Yes, this is some Pure Life. It's free. They gave it to me. But it's doing well. But you know what's funny? Not only Pure Life, I got Pure Leaf. Oh, check that out.
I was smoking some Pure Leafs earlier.
Me too. And I got me one of these. They made me an Americano downstairs specifically for me. So.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Oh, and it's hitting too. Let me tell you, this is a great coffee. It is doing amazingly. But yeah, I like my little corridor I got going on here. I looked around. I was like, how am I going to set this thing up? And I turned the lights on. I was like, wow, the lighting seems very good right here. So I'm going to use this to make today's show incredible. So if you wouldn't mind, since I did that, get into your little device there. Send out a text message. Maybe a DM to somebody who isn't on any social platform, who doesn't have the YouTube variety of selections, all the things that we use to connect to the show. They may not know how to get. Actually, the other day somebody goes, "Wow, I've heard of podcasts. I just don't know how to access them." Wow, that's the right person. I actually happened the other day. So you have to send a link to them because they don't even know how to get to it. They might even have all the things they need, but they've never searched for it. So there's that. Send that out there, everybody. We really need it. Great morning to DZ. Shout out to Cap. Wow, GP was first in the chat today. Come on, man. It's going to be an amazing day. TGIF. It's Friday. Does not feel like it. Because, I'm on location and I just got here. This is never how this works out. New job, new priorities, new days to travel. So who's to say, who's to know?
You better tell somebody. Who's say, who's to know? Shout out Swirl One and G-Lou live in the chat. Had to get that out one time for the one time. Shout out to you, Swirl One. Great to have you. Oh, shit. Speaking of the chat, I saw we have some other. Oh, okay. Oh, that was just about what's going on. That was that show that I talked about. Might as well mention that now. Why not? Who's to say, who's to know? We do have kind of a hard out. It'll probably be right around the same time. However, I am going to be guest appearing on another show this morning, hosted by Dr. Health.
That's right.
And he is
remembering.
Yeah. He's pretty big on X. He's got 100,000 plus followers and does some stuff on LinkedIn and YouTube all over the place. And I've done some research on him, and he's been in the game for a while. He does a quick 18-minute show, straight to the point. Heavy hitting mental stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. He sent me over some stuff this morning. I think it's going to be electric. So 9 o'clock.
That's why you didn't get the woo earlier, because I was talking shit with DZ and making him laugh. And when I said what I said,
I didn't read it. Now I get it. Now I get it. Now I'm coming to, okay.
I was like, that's pretty funny. And then you were talking and neither one of us were paying attention. So
it's all right. Nobody ever does. Nobody listens to me anyway. So fuck it. What difference does it make? I mean,
I'm sorry.
Any other different than
At
that?
least you don't tell the truth all the time. I'm just gonna say it.
Hey, fine by me. No big deal. Who the hell cares? I mean, I'm just here talking to a fucking camera. I guess it's just me and the camera. Hello, anybody else there? Who's to know? Yes, my friends, we will be on that 10 Eastern, 9 Central, 8 and 7. But that's later.
I have a meeting at 9 too, and then I got one at 10, and then I got another tin can to catch at like 3.
Well, looks like me and Swirl One are on the same productive pace, because after that show, then I got a bunch of errands to run, things to do, who's say, who's to know, back to the office, things to check off. I'm already looking at the list. Let me turn a page so I ain't got to look at that damn list. Blank sheet. All right, here we are, Forge and Fuel. All right, nothing else on the brain, nothing else on the mind. Toes into the ground. Birthday candles blown out on the birthday cake. Let's get to work. All right, friends. You know how we begin around here. A very specific way. We like to get the old funny bone going first thing in the morning, babe. You know, get a little tickle on it, regular old knee slapper, little belly laugh, maybe an ab workout. Who's say, who's know? Maybe you might chuckle so hard after this morning's morning laugh, you might have a little lockjaw. All right, so
the Diamond Hand Media Group is not responsible for any ailments or any diseases or issues or problems you may have with your body after watching the following videos. It is only intended for laughing and comedic purposes. You are not supposed to actually hurt yourself, you goofy sons of bitches. And once again, disclaimer, Diamond Hand Media Group takes no responsibility.
And this morning, my friends, little NSFW.
Let me turn this up. Hold on. All right, that's my kind of stuff right there.
You know, it's Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah, you really got to deal with us till Monday.
And, you know, me and Swirl are fans of dark humor. We like when people know how to be funny and they can just be funny about the sickest shit in the world. And, you know, if you can't laugh at this life, I don't know what's wrong with you. And especially if you can't laugh with your mother, then I really don't know what's wrong with you. So, my friends, this morning, we have a young man who has made much content all over the social sphere. And this morning, he's going to share a little compilation with us of his twisted, sadistic, dark humor with his mother.
Mm-hmm. What do you call 2 lesbians in a closet? A liquor cabinet.
Hey, Mom, there's 4 men on the Titanic when it hits the iceberg. The waiter says we need to get to the lifeboats. The teacher says, what about the kids? The lawyer says, fuck those kids. The priest says, do you think we have time?
Brian. So there's a woman laying on the beach with no arms and no legs, and this guy's running down the beach and sees her crying. He runs over to her and says, oh my God, what's going on? She's like, I've never been hugged by a man. So he hugs her. The next day he's running on the beach, and there she is again, the woman with no arms and no legs, right? She's like, I've never been kissed by a man. So he gives her a nice kiss, and she's all happy. The next day he's running, there she is again, laying on the beach. He's like, what's the matter? You're crying again. She's like, I've never been fucked by a man. So he picks her up and throws her in the ocean.
Hey, Mom, what does a 14-year-old pregnant girl and her fetus have in common? They're both thinking Mom's going to kill me.
Jesus Christ, oh my God, Brian.
Hey, Mom, what do you call a lesbian dinosaur? A lick-a-lot-of-puss.
Oh my God.
That's Passing me the ball.
Oh my God, dude.
Only jokes. Only jokes.
Shout out to Mom for being such a good sport, dude. Oh man. I don't care who you are. That's funny.
He said,
if you don't like that kind of humor, I'm sorry. We just can't be friends. I'm sorry. If you don't see the funny in that, and buddy, stop at taking it so literal and all. It is hilarious. Just like, bro, I woke up to some Kanye tweets this morning. God bless America. Kanye's back, dude. We are so back right now. Hilarious shit. I'm telling you. And not only that, Then I go downstairs. And I'm gonna get this Americano, and I'm fired up. I don't even need coffee, but I'm like, and the lady's like, and I'm like going through all the different stuff, and I say hi to Mauricio, and I'm saying hi to everybody. I'm all fired up. You already know. And she says, "Man, I wish I had your energy when I woke up." I said, "Well, what are you waiting on?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know." I said, "Hey, raise your hand if you're happy to be alive today." She goes, I said, "Yo." So I hit her with it, and she's like, I said, "Look, you only get one day. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. You're not going to be here tomorrow. So you better use all that energy you got right now." And she goes, "You don't even need this coffee." I said, "Oh, the hell I don't." I said, "You kidding me? If you don't think this is something, wait till I get some of that elixir of the gods in me." Oh.
Better make it a triple. I don't know what you talking about. My eyes are still heavy. It don't matter. I'm just happy to be alive. Sucking air.
That's what I told her.
Boy, I woke up this morning and I saw Ye back in all caps. And I mean, talking about the whiteys and the blacks and the swedges and everybody in between. And I said, "Holy shit, we are back. What a way to start the day, baby."
Bro, that last line that he put on there, somebody put it, like, cut it and says, "Put this in the Louvre." It is so funny, dude. And this means like it used to mean, you fucking retards.
Bro, he was on some shit this morning. And then the Hodes twins, they were like, woke up to Ye, back on his Ye shit. Word of advice, maybe listen to him this time around. Remember the last time he did this and he fucking disappeared for 2 years? Damn real America right there. Shout out Kanye.
Hey, and the one guy that wrote on there, because I was going through the comments, and he goes, "It is such a crazy feeling to be a Ye fan sometimes." And you take the good with the bad, and it just comes at you.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. He just says what he says. And there was that clip floating. He was on Alex Jones, and he was just trying to get Alex to say that old Adolf was a good guy. He just couldn't get him to do it.
Get him to say it.
He was just like, they had a great president over there a while ago, and he just couldn't get him. He was just being such an idiot. He's like, Germany had a great leader at one time. Like, he just, oh my gosh. Woo! There you go, my friends. What a way to start the day.
After we lost the one follower.
And then Ian Carroll's out there, Israel pilling every fucking government official in the world. And then all of a sudden, everybody's going beneath him and calling him dog shit and this and that. And then he comes back and says, "Oh, you're not going to debate me. You're not going to put any intelligent thought, nothing going on there. You're just going to call me a stupid piece of shit. Okay, good for you. Let's see who ends up winning this." I mean, it is bananas right now. Life is real fun. So it's also why I've upticked my content. It's why I've started doing more and more research. And, the stuff that I've been putting out there, people have really been liking. And I'm like, okay, well, if you enjoy the research, if you enjoy learning shit that you're not seeing in the mainstream media, and I guess I don't realize, because I'm so tapped in, people just don't get on X and scroll, and people just don't, they're not always ready. So if they can have somebody like me or Ian Carroll or somebody bigger, and me eventually work up to there, whatever, even if it's just me and their algorithms and I'm giving them the information, shit, hell yeah, I'm all about it. And it may not pop like crazy on X, it may not pop like crazy on Instagram, but if you care to check out Colton_Soroka on TikTok, things are going and flowing over there. The comment section is hot and heavy. Let me tell you, one time. Woo! I showed DZ the comment section. I said, "Holy shit, man." I said, "I know. I'm a little viral over here right now. It's kind of cool, dude. Who's no?" But my friends, dark humor with Mom. There it is. Both thinking Mom's going to kill me. Woo! There you have it, my friends. You're opening to episode 664. Hope you're coming alive like never before, because we're ready to catch some more vibes. If you haven't yet, that's all right. We got plenty more show coming your way. And it's time to get on the proverbial show train and get this bad boy steaming down the perspective tracks right on the way to Thames Station. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo. My friends, it appears to me, as I hope it appears to you, that it is time to get into the first segment of the day, where we dish out a topic. I give some thoughts, Swirl One gives some thoughts, and then we go back and forth, baby. This topic is designed to get that mindset nice and sharp, get you in the form of mind to turn those obstacles into opportunities, losses into lessons, trials and tribulations into triumphs, and what you thought was going to be a failure, just a brand new chance to flourish. That sounds like something you could use. Well, strap in, tap in, lock in, grab yourself a piece of notebook paper, maybe a pen or a pencil, fill up your Java, get yourself some water, and let's slide into the first segment of the day. It's time for your sharpening session. Wow, 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 wow. I listened to that song in full yesterday at the gym, and it had me turned TF up. Who's to say, who's to know? Oh, also figured out the side injury. Re-fucked it up yesterday, just a little bit, just a little bit. It's okay, it'll heal better. But I figured out the movement that I did, and it was on the flat bench, and it was a little stupid. But now I know, so we just won't do that anymore, and we'll just take off flat bench and we'll be okay. And I talked to my trainer, DWZYY. I said, what do you think? He said, maybe we do this, maybe try this. I said, oh, you're a smart cookie. That's what I'll do next week.
I mean, he's called trainer for a reason.
Hey, man, he don't be doing one-on-one sessions and running classes at his local gym because he's shit for brains. Who's to say, who's to know? I'm just saying. However, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Your first segment of the day is officially underway. Here you are with yours truly, Colton, Capp Swirl One, BJ Swirl One Sparks, and Derek DZ Snow on episode 664 of Forge and Fuel. If you didn't check today, Junior, if you didn't check the title of the show, you may not know where we're about to go. Maybe you didn't see the thumbnail. Maybe you have no clue, or maybe you did, and you're like, whoa, what does this mean? Oh, what? Huh? And this morning, my friends, we're going to be discussing the bottom of the canyon. Whoa, maybe a good time for a scary one, D's. Who's say, who's no? I'll rewind it. My friends, this morning, we are discussing the bottom of the canyon. Whoa, the bottom of the canyon. And my friends, this morning, I want to reference a specific quote. Yeah, we ain't very serious around here. And Swirl One, you've probably heard this quote before, as many people have. Oh, he's hit rock bottom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've hit rock bottom. Oh, remember when she hit rock bottom? Oh. You know where that quote comes from? You know where that originally comes from? Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I decided to do a little research yesterday, as I only know how to. And, you know, as we've given you different meanings to the word shit and fuck and you know, giving you the real meanings to these things, this is what we like to do. So I look, and hit rock bottom has nothing to do with what you think it does in today's society, usually related to addiction or something along those lines. They fell off the horse, went all the way down to rock bottom. That's what you most likely know it as these days. But it was originally created in the 1700s. This saying is so old, it comes from the 1700s. And it was the lowest possible level when they were talking about geology and mining work and various things like that. So literally rock bottom is the bottom of the canyon. It is splatting on the bottom of the canyon. So to go back to yesterday, taking a leap off the canyon. We talked about, man, I got an itch on my doggone nose. Man, sorry, everybody. Whew. We talked about jumping off the canyon, right? And pursuing your passions, getting in entrepreneurial lanes, getting in these lanes, whatever it is, forming a habit, picking up a hobby and realizing it's something you can make some money off of, whatever it is, doing that thing is like proverbially jumping off the edge of a cliff, seeing the bottom of the canyon, and building the airplane on the way down. But here's the problem. Every time you jump off that canyon, you know you're going to splat on the bottom. Every time you jump off the cliff, inevitably the bottom of the canyon is coming because you have to build that airplane on the way down. You don't have the parts. You don't have all the knowledge and the know-how. So maybe when you're focused on the rotor for 1 minute, you realize, oh shit, we need some lift, and you go back to the propeller, and then, oh shit, I'm focused on the wing, and oh no shit, poof, and you smash on the bottom. And it's inevitable. And you got to inevitably pick up the parts. You got to walk back up the mountain, the canyon, get back up to the cliff, and decide if you want to take a leap of faith again with the parts that you now have. Try to rebuild the plane and see if you can fly on the second attempt. But here's the crazy part. Most of the time on the second attempt, you're not going to make it either. You're going to end up falling. You're going to end up splatting right back down on the bottom. So I pose this question. Is rock bottom really one spot in life? Or is life a series of hitting rock bottom? And now that you know rock bottom is the bottom of the canyon, and all we do around here is jump off the cliff's edge and build the airplane on the way down, maybe hitting rock bottom isn't so bad. Maybe hitting rock bottom is the firm foundation that you need to pick up the parts and realize that you're okay, you're not dead, you got another opportunity to go back up the mountain. As Nietzsche once said, one must still have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star. There must still be chaos and calamity and oh my gosh, we're going down, boys. I can't build this airplane. What's happening? Boom. You have to descend into the chaos of the unknown in order to eventually have the opportunity and the chance to fly through the canyon like a champion. You have to embrace the chaos. Maybe rock bottom isn't so bad after all. Maybe it's a place where the real growth happens. Maybe there is no growth on the tops of the mountains and the tops of the canyons on the cliffs. You ever seen trees growing there? But I have in the bottom of canyons where it's dark and nobody wants to go, and it's desolate, and there's rattlesnakes, and it's hot. It's the worst. But maybe that's where the real growth happens. And Nietzsche also said this: that which does not kill you makes you stronger, and through the crucible of self-destruction, we are truly reborn. So maybe the canyon's bottom is exactly what you need. Maybe hitting rock bottom is exactly the direction you need to go. Maybe it's the exact thing that will kill the old version of you, allowing yourself to be truly reborn. Because that's what it takes. Every single new level of our lives requires a new version of ourselves. One thing must change or we'll keep living the same story on repeat. We heard that yesterday. So my friends, I argue that the bottom of the canyon isn't so bad. I argue that hitting rock bottom isn't so bad. I argue that it's a pretty great place and a firm foundation to start rebuilding. And maybe, just maybe, if you start viewing hitting rock bottom as your series of leaps, as just jumping off the edge of the cliff, building the airplane on the way down. Ah, shit, we hit rock bottom again. What Capp say about that? Oh, I gather up my parts. Whew. Back up the mountain I go. Back up the cliff. Whew. All right, well, he said to jump again. I got some of these parts. Well, I guess we can fashion this, fashion that. Oh, well, this kind of looks like, doesn't really look like a plane, but there's two wings there. All right, here we go, boys. I'll see you later. Woohoo! And try and rebuild it again. And maybe you hit rock bottom. Maybe you hit rock bottom 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more times. But eventually you take flight. So my friends, don't be afraid of the bottom of the canyon, because it is the place where you have the opportunity to truly grow. Who's to say, who's to know? just some things I was thinking about our old usual base jumping without a parachute there, Swirl One.
I've done that. I've been there.
Huh?
You know what's crazy? Is I've hit that canyon a couple of times. I've been on the bottom of that sucker, and yes, I've looked around trying to find the parts because when you hit the ground, the parts just don't land right there. They explode. It's like, oh yeah, there's that bolt. Oh, there's the wing, and oh, there's the rudder. Oh yeah, I need that gear. And you start doing all this. You put it all together. You're trying to find all your parts. But something that people don't think a lot about is that everybody's trying to build some kind of plane, whether you're building somebody else's plane or building your own plane. We talked about that. Who's scheduling your day? And as you go down and you crash, sometimes you're sitting there and you're picking up parts and you're like, wait, that part doesn't look familiar. Hold on. Maybe it's a part from somebody else's plane. Maybe it's a piece from somebody else's crash that they didn't have the wherewithal to pick everything up. Maybe they just said, I'm done with all this. I'm going to walk away. And they left their plane in shambles down there. And you happen to look and go, oh, there's a little nugget right here I can take this from. And you start grabbing these pieces. Maybe the parts you need came from somebody else's failure. Maybe it came from somebody else's knowledge of that. Or maybe they had one too many and said, oh, you know what? This was too heavy. And they left it down there. And it's the exact piece you might need for your plane. It's interesting because as you're trying to build that, you don't have any blueprints. You don't know how it goes. You don't know which one goes where. And the only way you do is you start to figure out as you start what's getting you some lift. Oh, wow, this actually worked. Hey, I moved a little bit this way. Hey, I did that. And all of a sudden, you're starting to understand the flight, understand how it works, understand why I'm crashing every single time. And above and beyond that, when you're going down, one of the things in Capp was showing, he's like, he's flying down there, you're like, oh, hands in the air. It's that time. It's that moment that you need to be calm. You know it's coming. You've already been down there. You expect that hit. So what do you need to do? Take that second, look and connect that piece. Do what it takes to make sure you put as much as you can together. Be calm. Well, in that chaos, that's where real super soldiers actually make something happen. They're calm. They're confident. They know what they've done. They know the pieces they've assembled before. They're not worried about those. They're worried about the pieces that didn't assemble, that didn't work last time. Those are the ones they're putting together as they're going down. They don't worry about that bottom right there. They're not looking down. Why? Because it is inevitable. It's going to come. So why look at it? Why focus on it? Focus on what's happening right now, the today, the thing that's going on right now. And it's funny because I see Albright in there, rise like a phoenix from the ashes. I wrote down Phoenix from the ashes on here a while back before he even said that. So that's exactly right. The phoenix does rise from the ashes. The ashes are the destruction. As it comes out, it's more vibrant. It burns brighter. It has so much more aura to it when it comes out of those ashes. And most people look at it and go, wow, that thing's so beautiful. Well, it was the same thing a while ago. You just didn't see the beauty in it. Very much like the caterpillar. When you were a kid, you didn't want to touch it. It was, oh my gosh, it looks ugly. It might have little prickly pines on the back. Who's to know why you wouldn't touch it? People look at, oh my gosh, whatever. But later on, when it's a butterfly, they couldn't wait for it to land on their finger, right? But that's the thing. That caterpillar had to change everything about itself to become that beautiful butterfly. It had no choice but to completely rearrange everything that made it what it was. And as a matter of fact, it's so indistinguishable from what it was before that now you have to call it a new name. You call it beautiful. You call it a butterfly. You look at it and it floats so amazingly through the sky. And all of a sudden now, the thing that you were afraid to touch a while back became the thing that you can't wait to attract. That's what's amazing about this life. When you're building that plane, nobody wants to know who you are. Nobody cares what you do. Nobody cares how great you are until everybody out there sees your beauty. And only at that time do they go, hey, wait, maybe I want to catch that little, hey, Swirl, why don't you, do you mind? Hey, Colt, can you please? Just saying. This is my guy Capp at. I lost him. There he is.
Oh, we're just waiting for Mr. Producer to bring me back on the screen. I'm here, man. I'm just writing notes. I was just waiting, giving the people an opportunity to simmer on it. Who's to say, who's to know? I got this sitting in I got a little trinket section, huh? A little something. I went and grabbed that while we were sitting there. It's always been something pretty special to me. Rise like a phoenix from the ashes. Got that from Mama Capp. And I love what you were talking about, how the caterpillar is indistinguishable from the butterfly. It's totally different from what it was, and that's you. That's you on your path. When you reach that next level, you got to be an entirely different version of you. And you got to be willing to let the old versions die and splat on the bottom and really find who you are. And it really takes hitting rock bottom and being willing to hit rock bottom over and over. And sometimes you're going to be building that airplane. You're going to be flying, right? Everything's kind of feeling good. And then all of a sudden you're going to run out of gas, or you're going to realize you didn't have a bolt tightened down right, or something's going to happen. You think you're flying and everything's good. And inevitably you're going to hit rock bottom again. And that's the moment when you think you got it all figured out. You think you're so smart, you cross the T's, you dot the I's, everything's falling in line, not too many frogs on the plate. Boy, we really got this going right now. And then all of a sudden, the warning lights start flashing. Low altitude, low altitude. And you say, wait a minute, we were just up here. Well, hold on, we were flying. Bottom incoming, pull up. And you say, whoa, I'm fucking pulling up. It's not doing anything. You're about to die, pull up. And it's not doing anything. And you know you're going to crash. That's what most people can't do. That's the hallway. That's when one door closes, another door opens, but sometimes it's hell in the hallway. Splatting on the rock bottom is willing to get back in the hallway and say, you know what, maybe I didn't know everything. Maybe I'm not the smartest. Maybe I don't have it all figured out. But I do have a couple of parts. I have learned how to fasten down this wing. I have learned how to do the work. Let me go invest in somebody, or enlist the help of somebody who knows how to get these doors on here, or somebody who can help me keep that altitude, or maybe somebody who can keep some gas in the old airplane from time to time and allow me to continue to keep taking flight. And I love what you said, too. People don't give a damn about you until you're that butterfly. But there are special people around who will see you as the caterpillar and know what you're going through and know how hard you're working and how much that you continue to wrap yourself in that cocoon, and you just keep going and going and going. And they just keep telling, hey, watch, you watch, you watch, it'll keep, and they keep believing in you. And then one day you get that opportunity. You got to kill that old version of you to be able to find the best next version of you. And are you building your plane or somebody else's, man? It's okay to splat at the bottom and hit rock bottom when it's your plane. You're hitting rock bottom, building everybody else's planes. No wonder your life feels out of control. No wonder you can't grab a hold of anything, because you keep hitting rock bottom, and it's not even because of you. It's because of everybody else, your boss, your wife, your husband, your kids, your best friend, your cousin twice removed, whatever it is. Sometimes you don't have to be the nicest person on the block. And I know we got a lot of people around that need to hear this. And sometimes they stretch themselves too thin trying to help this person and that person and everybody in between. And sometimes you got to remember just to help you. You got to remember to put your fucking oxygen mask on first before you can help anybody else put theirs on.
You may not recognize you. Even you might look in the mirror and go, man, I was a beautiful caterpillar yesterday. I thought I was looking good. Now all of a sudden, I don't know what I am. There's that point in period where the caterpillar doesn't know what it is. It's just a big pile of goop moving around. What do we talk about? Putting in sticks? Kind of the same thing. That's what we're doing. We're trying to arrange those putting in sticks in a way where we can actually take flight. And when you don't recognize you, that's a good thing, because you are changing. You're doing different things. And you might come out of that just like, wow, I don't even know how I got through that. I'm like Capp says, I blacked out during that. Sometimes that's what happens. Your brain will protect you on that and just black you out as you just do, right? You make it through all the things you're supposed to, because you know why? You practiced. It became permanent. Your training is what took over. It didn't matter what your psyche was thinking or what your instinct said. Your training took over, and you just did what you knew what to do. You know, we talked about it yesterday. I think it was yesterday, day before. You don't really know when you're comfortable in something, even though you're comfortable in your job or whatever you do, you go into, yeah, I know what to expect in my job. But you don't really know, but you understand the premise and the subject of it. So you act like, hey, I'm good to go. But you know, throughout the day, you have no idea what's going to happen. So when people are changing and they're doing new things, and they're trying new things, that unknown that happens every day, it compounds by tenfold. It's because they don't know what the plane looks like. They don't know what the flight pattern looks like. They don't understand what might happen. Even though they have an idea, it's not the easiest thing to understand. So you may not recognize it. You may not see it. You may not be able to look and say, oh my gosh, that's the light right there I need to head to, because you've never been up there flying it before, and you could be flying in the wrong direction. So I say all that to say this. In life, you are 100% going to go through shit where you become the caterpillar and nobody wants to touch you. There's nothing about it. I saw somebody yesterday talking about, hell, sometimes if you build a brand and you don't tell people that you're behind it, it will take off so much quicker than if you tell them it's your brand. Why? Because if they think it came from someone else, they would buy in a lot quicker than they would if it came from you. Why? Because they've never seen anybody around them do things like that. So it's amazing what will happen if just the perspective themselves is coming from, hey, that's a different butterfly and that's not this butterfly. They'll all of a sudden do something for you or accept it differently or actually look at it as a piece of prized artwork or whatever it might be. So understand, the caterpillar is where we all are at one point in time. The butterfly is where we all aspire to be.
Man, how do you even add on to that? That's fire flame right there. Holy shit. 3 simple words. Nobody knows shit, man. Nobody knows shit. Nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody has a effing clue. Some people just continue to show up. Some people just continue to try. Some people just continue to pick the heavy shit up and put it down. And some people pick the heavy shit up and keep it on their shoulders and don't know how long it's going to be until they put it down. And that's the fun part of life. Because then sometimes you got to walk up a mountain with all that heavy ass weight. And you say, oh, this fucking sucks. And then you get up to the top of the mountain and you look down at your biceps and your quads. You say, whoa, shit, what is this body I got here? Damn, I feel like a brick shit house right now. Damn, I made it up that mountain? No, I did that? Oh, shit. Well, let me stand a little taller. Put my chest out a little bit. Chin up, chest out. Oh, is that another peak over there? Well, by golly goodness, I got another opportunity to go hit rock bottom and get after it all over again. And Capp said it wasn't bad. Swirl One says I could be a caterpillar, turn into a butterfly all over again. I just got to go get in a new cocoon. Well, shit, let me do it. Bam! Down you go. If we can be that fire, that drive, that spark that gets you to do that and realize that rock bottom ain't bad, going back in the cocoon ain't bad, killing the old version of you to find the new version of you ain't bad, boy, oh boy, then let us do that and allow you to live the most fulfilled life possible. Who's to say, who's to know, man? Whew! Great stuff on the bottom of the canyon, Swirl One. Ha! Great start to the show, kids. Shout out to each and every one of you. Tuned in, tapped in, locked in, live in prime time. There is your first segment of the day, your sharpening session. Hope you enjoyed that. Maybe rock bottom isn't so bad. Maybe life is just a series of rock bottoms. But now, my friends, it's time to get into your second segment of the day, where we introduce some other high-level humming beans. We watch some clips, and we give you our perspective on said clips after they play. So without further ado, friends and family, it's time to get into the second segment of this fine Friday. It is your Reaction Refinery. Okie dokie, artichokes. Here we are live in prime time once again on episode 664 of Forging Fuel on this beautiful Friday morning. Nope, sorry. Fantabulous Friday morning, February the 7th, 2025. And I hope you're ready to keep coming alive because we are officially back for your second segment of the day. It's time for your Reaction Refinery. As always, 4 clips coming your way this morning. And the first one we got on tap is one that I actually referenced yesterday. I mentioned it for a half a second and gave just a little perspective on it. We kind of went down the manifestation rabbit hole, and this was the video I watched. It's an old school black and white video. I'm not sure who's featured in the video, but it is the perspective on what I talked about holding a thought for 17 seconds. So my friends, this is a little knowledge on the power of holding a thought.
There's a law in physics that basically says that when you have energy that is vibrating at a particular frequency, within 17 seconds, other energy like that will be attracted to it. So if I'm having a positive thought or a negative thought, then what happens is that energy is attracted to it. I have other thoughts that are like that thought. So if you do that 17 seconds, for 68 seconds, then momentum begins to occur. So let's say that I'm normally, all of our emotions have a frequency to it. So if I'm in despair or anger or worry, all of those are lower, denser frequencies. You get into things like contentment, happiness, joy, love. Those are higher, faster frequencies. So let's say that I normally live in contentment. And that's my set point, because that's where I live. I think about that all the time. That's what my makeup is, that sort of thing. So I'm driving down the highway. All of a sudden, a car cuts me off, and I get angry. So now I'm in the lower, denser frequencies. And so then I go back to the office, and I'm telling all my colleagues, here's what happened. This knucklehead cut me off. Go home, tell my wife that. What am I doing? I'm vibrating angry energy. So I go to the supermarket, and there is somebody in line. I have 3 items, and I'm getting in line, and somebody ahead of me has 38 items. And the guy that's running the cash register, it's his first day, and he's not doing very well. He's very slow. Is that a coincidence? No, it's something for me to get angry about. So I'm attracting into my world whatever it is that I'm vibrating. So where my thoughts are, that's what's creating my reality.
Is that not a great breakdown of what we talk about all the time? Just be positive. Holy shit.
Bro, this morning when I was talking to that girl, she was sitting there like, thanks for noticing me. And then she's like, I wish I had your kind of energy in the morning. And I'm like, who's stopping you? What's stopping you? I don't see anything stopping you from having this kind of energy. Why wouldn't you be excited? You know what? I do create those instances, that energy burst. I'm the one that creates it in the morning. I'm the one that made that room light up. I look over, there's Mauricio. I'm like, hey, Mauricio. He's like, hey, good to see you. Now, all of a sudden, in 40 feet in different directions, everybody is reacting to my energy. I am not creating the energy in there that's going to be negative. I am bringing the light, and everybody in there's like, who the hell is this guy? Man, do you realize it is 6:30 in the morning? This guy's out here asking for coffee, acting like that. He don't need coffee. You don't understand. You have to wake up every day so excited about your life. You have to bring that vibe to every instance, to every room, to every line, to everything. And if you don't, let me tell you something. What he's talking about, vibrating that negative energy 10 times faster into your body. It is exuding out of you when you start getting mad and angry. People can feel it. They can see it in your aura. Like, hey, man, you don't really look like yourself today. I'm like, yeah, well, this guy cut me off on the way. Buddy, that guy that cut me off, hey, who's to say he used to know he might have been heading to the hospital? He might have been going to get his son who just fell out at school. I don't know what was going on or why he cut me off. But if I think about it on those terms, I'm not getting mad about it. I'm understanding that person had probably someplace to go that was more important than what I was doing. Hey, here you go, sir. Step right in line. I got this.
Everyone has a backstory, man. We got to remember that. Far too often, we do not remember that, and we just get stuck in our own little world, and we have problems, and our problems are so bad, and Bro, everyone has a backstory. Everyone's going through something, and I'll remind you, what difference does it make? It's a penguin car, for fuck's sakes. Looks like you blew a seal. What difference does it make? It doesn't matter what color the fucking car is. It doesn't matter why the dish broke. The bitch is broke. How do we fix it? And something that smacked me, and I hope you guys heard it. I hope you fucking took it in. He talked about how the anger and the despair and the negativity and the anxiety, those are lower, denser frequencies. You ever heard somebody say, I just feel stuck? That's the secret. They're vibrating in a lower, denser frequency. The frequency around them is literally dense, so they can't move forward, backward, left, right. They're just paralyzed because they are in this low, shitty frequency. And everywhere they go, from the grocery store to the gym to social media to everywhere in between, it's just negative, 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 negative. You wonder why. It's because that's where they're vibrating, and that's just how it continues to spin. So if you can just stay neutral, right? You can stay neutral and look at things positively, laugh, smile, realize everyone has a backstory. Shit. You're going to be in a little bit lighter, faster frequencies, and things are going to happen a little easier. Who's to say, who's to know?
You ever heard somebody say the tension's so thick you could cut it with a knife?
Oh, you ever heard anybody say, man, it's just smooth as butter. This is just going smooth, man. Man, I tell you, it's funny how we're finding out the meaning of some quotes we might say all the time this morning. Who's to say, who's to know? There's your first clip of the second segment of the show. The power of holding a thought, my friends. Your second segment. No, second clip. I always get messed up with that. It is what it is. Picked a hell of a career here as a host of a show, not to even know how to segue or bring anything together. Who's to say, who's to know? However, your second clip of the second segment of the day features a reel. You know, one of them with the pictures and the words and the narration. Comes from a specific page, and I got to shout out this page because we haven't shouted out this page on here before, and we feature their videos all the time. This comes from the Mindset Mavens, mindset.mavens on InstaSlam if you want to give them a follow. And this video this morning, a little bit of perspective on the hard truth.
Is this how you want to spend your life? Scrolling, swiping, wasting time while your dreams slip away? Social media is a trap. They've got you hooked on quick dopamine hits while your potential rots. You want to feel proud of yourself? You want a life that matters? Then stop scrolling, get uncomfortable, get focused, and start building the real thing.
So lately, and again, I'm in a brand new place for me all over. And not only do I live in a brand new place, but just in my whole life, I'm trying to figure out new stuff. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing right now. And one of the things I'm doing is making sure I'm present in all situations. And whether I've been it's been the airport lately. And I've always been in the airport. Now, like I told you guys, it's my favorite zoo. I cannot tell you how many people are literally stuck in their phones. If you just look around and see, everybody is literally like this. As a matter of fact, it's so bad that I do everything in my power to not grab my phone. As a matter of fact, to the point where I miss calls and emails and texts because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to live my life through this damn device that everybody seems to just waste all their time on. The more I think about it, the more I look at it, I cannot stand the phone anymore because people have lost all sense of reality, all sense of self, and even awareness of what they're doing and what's going on around them because of what's happening in that phone. And the more I look, what are they looking at? Cat videos, LOLs, LMAOs? I mean, what are we doing here? You should be writing down your thoughts. You should be working on that new business. If you're going to be looking at a screen, maybe you ought to be paying attention to something that's going to make you better. Stop scrolling through everybody else's life on the book of the faces. That shit drives me. That's why I don't have book of the faces. Their lives have nothing to do with what I'm doing in my life. So why do I care what somebody else posts? I don't give a shit. Nor do I need to post what I'm doing because then all I'm doing is looking for validation, which I don't need. So that's where people go wrong. They are looking for validation. They're looking for bias to make themselves feel better. And they're looking for things out there to take them away from all of the plane building that they're trying to do as they're hitting that bottom of the canyon.
Damn. I talk about it all the time. While you're on those devices, are you producing while you consume? You know, most people just consume. The idea for the USAID video that I made yesterday came from consuming content and seeing how much misinformation and all this shit that was just all over the place and people talking the truth and some people not. And, you know, wait a minute, let me just make a 2-minute video of all the truth, give it right here live in prime time. You can't debate it at all. Send it out into the ether. And if it impacts somebody, makes them understand the truth, and sick. I did my job, but I'm producing, I'm putting shit out there. And also I'm not doing that for validation. I'm not doing that to pop. And yes, there's people in the comment section saying, damn, I hope this fucking goes viral. Does that feel good? Of course. It feels good to have my work, the hard work I put into a video validated. It doesn't take 2 minutes to do that, but I'm not doing that for validation. I'm doing that to help others learn and grow. It's the same with this show. It's the same with everything. And via helping others learn, having testimonies, others that have reached their 1% of life, then that's how people see I'm doing the right thing. I don't need to stand from the mountaintops and say I'm doing this, I'm doing that, everything in between. You know, I thought about this Swirl One, and it's kind of a weird kind of put together. And stick with me for a moment. So I was watching the Theo Von podcast last night, and he had this woman on. I wish I could think of her name, but back in 2020, she went on this tirade of exposing the porn industry and started going battle toe for toe with Pornhub and found out, you know, Pornhub's a free site. So where's the money generated from? What's all the shit? What goes on? What the hell? And she got all the way to the company that owns all of these parent companies. It's called like Geekworks or something like that. Never heard of it before. You've never heard of the people that run it. You've never seen it ever, not once. And these people are billionaires. These people pull the strings. And as I was hearing this and listening to the truth, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's how that shit works. Fuck that. What the fuck? Just losing my mind. I'm also thinking, how do I make something like Geekworks? Not something that fucking, not that, but how do I disappear? How do I make something? How do I sell to the masses and live with the elites? What you said a little while ago. How do you?
Okay, hold on. Sell to the classes, live with the masses. Sell to the masses, live with the classes.
Right. Bingo. So I'm just thinking about that. And most people who get in these lanes, they want to build a business that everybody sees, and they want the clout, and they want this, and they want that. Yo, I'm trying to do this so we can have Diamond Handsville, and I can have a barn door, and we can disappear, and I can walk out on my barn door and look to the right, and I got Swirl over there, look to the left, I got Motion over there, look across the way, I got fucking DZ, and we say, what are we doing today, boys? We gotta go. We gotta plant some shit. Oh, okay. Hey, we going to the range? You want to go to the range? We'll go let off some freedom seeds. All right, for sure. I'll see you guys over there. Let me go take a piss. See you over there. That's what I'm doing this for. And nobody will know where Diamond Handsville is unless you're a full-time member of the Diamond Hand fam. Unless you're actually in the gateway. Unless you're actually being a part of what we're doing. You're not going to have access to plots. That's the type of shit we're doing around here. So, I don't know. Kind of a weird all the way around to bring it all the way back around the bend. But just a little something. The hard truth. Are you stuck on that phone? Or are you producing while you consume? Sell to the masses, live with the classes. Hope you guys heard that. Who's to say, who's to know? Third clip of this fine morning show here on your second segment of the day features two fine young men. Actually, one I just mentioned a moment ago, and one who we are very big fans of on this show. And we actually saw a clip from this podcast that these two did together last week, and we got another one this week. So, my friends, joining us here live in primetime, the one and only Theodore Von Kernatowski, a.k.a. Theo Von, and the one and only Cat Williams, here to join us and give us some perspective this morning on why we might be too hard on ourselves.
Hard on ourselves.
Oh, yeah. I feel that all the time, man.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't know any other way to be almost sometimes. Like, not in a bad way, but yeah, I feel like it's this constant sentence. Like, you gotta. I feel like there's always been this to-do list that I don't even make, and it's just always been there. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah.
That's how I feel all the time.
Right.
Like, I gotta do, still have to prove it, a constant of approving.
All winners have that disease.
It's funny lately, and I have a lot on my plate, guys. I have a lot going on. I obviously changed my whole life, live in a different place, still running Grandpa Ape, still doing all the things. It's tax season, all the stuff happening right now. And let me tell you, talk about not knowing which direction or where to put my energy and time. And I feel like I got to-do lists that just come out of just everywhere. And I've got lists that are longer than you can even imagine, from, answering tickets at GACC to, when's the next DJ party, to, hey, got to make sure you file that and do this. And the lists just go on. And then you got people out there that keep putting more things on the list and keep doing different stuff for you. You have to understand, it is a winner's disease. You know what people that are losers do? They just forget about it. They don't make lists. They don't care about how the day goes. It's not up to them to worry about, hey, how am I going to get my next meal? They just know if I show up to that 9 to 5 every day, I'm going to get provided for in this way. Not me, buddy. I am looking for far greater than what a 9 to 5 can give me. I have already created more than what any 9 to 5 could give me. And a lot of people didn't think I was going to make it this far. So when I get up every morning, the to-do list that I have personally for myself is far beyond what anybody could ever imagine. And somehow, I said it last week or this week, or if I didn't have those lists, buddy, I would be a fucking mess right now. So put those together. Don't be afraid of them, and just start checking them off.
150%, man. And that's the cold hard truth. If you're a winner, it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur or whatever you're doing. Obviously, it's more tied into that when you get in these lanes and you start to get on the consistent, persistent pursuit of your passion. You're always going to feel like you're not doing enough. You're always going to feel like there's this to-do list that exists that just it doesn't fucking exist, but I'm not doing enough and I didn't check a box today. Oh shit. So that's why lists are so important. That's why the time box planner is so important. That's why maybe we've been talking about some things to put together for members of the Diamond Ham fam and outside members who, and maybe not members, just regular people who need help getting all these fucking thoughts put into one spot so they can stay in the right track. Because it's, as a winner, man, it's so easy to get lost. What the hell just happened there? That was kind of crazy. That was wild. I thought, damn, did Swirl just like get sucked up by the aliens or something? What the fuck just happened there? All right, he's back. Who's to say? Who's to know? They decided he was done with the lighting over there.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't moving enough.
I guess that lighting was done on that side of the room. Who's to say? Who's to know? But man, it's so true. We're just too hard on ourselves, and most of the time, it's imaginary. It's all made up. It's all in your head. Step back for a minute, realize how good you got it, and write a couple things down, and just do the next right thing. Who's to say? Who's to know? But your fourth clip of the second segment of the show, my friends, is another banger. Whew, we got some good ones here this morning. This one here I really, really like. It features a young lady who goes by the name of Cody Sanchez. She makes some real damn good content. Cody Sanchez on InstaSlam, if you don't follow her already. And this morning, she's given us a little perspective on why we should act fast.
My favorite mentors told me a line that changed my life was, it was Bill Perkins. I asked him why he's so successful in so many aspects of his life, damn near a billionaire. He said, the only reason that I'm successful is I'm faster than everybody else. By the time they have thought about an idea, taken it to a meeting, and started to move, I have already made 3 mistakes and found a faster way. And so his bias on speed is fascinating. If you ever hang out with the guy, it's wild. You know, I'll be like, can we schedule a meeting? He's like, I'm calling you right now. And so he just moves quicker. So in our companies, we implemented something called the 24-hour rule, which was this idea that if we want to win, we have to have a bias towards action. We have to decrease our time between thinking about a thing and doing the thing. And so most people say, well, I'll get back to you on that next week. Hate that line. That is where dreams and money goes to die. If all we do different than our competitors is they take a week to do things and we get it done in a day, I don't have to be richer, smarter, or better. I'm just faster.
I fucking love Cody. She's such a gangster, dude. She's such a fucking gangster, man. Killer. That is such a great perspective. Just do. Everybody gets stuck in the planning phase. Dreams die in the planning phase. Everybody wants it to be perfect. And I can't jump off the cannon until I have every single plane part and the whole flight is mapped out and I know exactly where I'm going and everything in between. And then by the time they all got all that information, somebody else is already out there flying. Somebody else has already splattered on rock bottom 5 different fucking times and they've laughed their way through it. And now they're up there soaring high, living the dream. Why do you think you see sometimes on social media somebody, or you're watching TV and you see an infomercial and it was your $1 million idea that's on TV? Because God blesses certain amounts of people with that same idea. And he says, all right, little sheep, who's going to win the race? And he just lets you go. And he lets each and every one of you go down the path. And eventually people keep quitting. People pack it in, people hit the brick wall, trials and tribulations arise, obstacles can't turn them into opportunities. Oh no. And then eventually, just like yesterday, there ends up being the last man standing. That's what I'm in the game for. I got some real clear visions and thoughts and things that I know have been given to me from the Most High. And I know there's some people out there too that probably have the same thoughts and visions, but I believe mine are just a little bit stronger.
Buddy, that time from thought to action is what makes everything real. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of people out there that will think of something. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next Monday. And the next Monday, they forget thinking about it. They forgot the thought. They didn't even write it down. So they don't even know what it was they were going to do. That's what's crazy about it, is that people don't even write things. Oh, I'll remember when it comes down time. Yeah, I won't put that list together. I don't need that. And I was thinking about it last night. I don't even know why I was thinking about this, but it just goes perfectly with this. Is that you might be presented with an opportunity that looks amazing and you may not take it. I mean, think about this. You guys heard of Shark Tank, right? Well, the guy that created the Ring doorbell, went on Shark Tank and said, hey, I want to make this Ring doorbell. And everybody over looked at him and said, you're stupid. You're crazy. I ain't never putting any money on that. All of those people saw that information. The guy didn't pack it up and turn it. You know what he did? He became a billionaire by himself. Totally. Jamie Siminoff. Go look him up. He literally went on there and tried to figure that thing out. They all said no to him, and then they came back, and he became a shark. So I'm just telling you, he didn't care that even the best minds in the world didn't buy into his idea. It didn't sway him. So why, if it can't sway him, why would it sway you? That thing didn't exist before he happened to make it. And I'll tell you, not only that, the biggest part about that is you now use that. Everybody has one. And if that's not that, it's a competitor that did that. I'm sitting there thinking about that. And there's things in my life where I've thought about making things, and either I didn't have the capital or didn't think about it or didn't move fast enough. And somebody else made that thing. And somebody else made some money on that thing. And it's just, I could show you a couple different things. And you're just like, wow. I'm like, buddy, I've got plans from way before this thing was invented to make this. And I never did it. But you know what? I don't do that anymore. If there's something on my mind, let me tell you, I just do it now. Hey, if it ends up crashing at the bottom of the canyon, I'll just grab some pieces and go make something else.
Damn straight, man. Think, act, think, act, think, act. Just do. Just fucking do. And it makes everything just so much easier. You'll figure shit out. You will figure it out. I promise you will figure it out. Stop getting stuck in analysis paralysis. So many people do. Not 1%ers, not super soldiers, not you. Come on. It's time to keep climbing up that mountain, baby. Act fast. You know the path. Maybe you don't know the path. Just keep climbing. Come on. Woo. Shout out. Second segment of the day. The power of holding a thought. Shout out to the Mindset Mavens, Theo Vaughn and Cat Williams, and the one and only Cody Sanchez. Banger perspective here this morning on the Reaction Refinery. But my friends, there is your 1 and 2 clips. 2 clips. See, I just did it. 1 and 2 segments of the day. It's time to get into the third and final segment, baby, where we connect with you, the live viewer. So if you've got something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul that you just got to get out live in prime time, whether it's some additional perspective, some more insights, maybe a question on something we talked about today, or maybe a question related directly to something you're going through in life that you think we could offer some perspective to help you turn that obstacle into an opportunity, we'll drop it right over there in the live chat. And after this brief transition, we'll shift up on the screen and we'll be popping those comments down below. Nah, man. As we get into your third and final segment of the day, it is time for your Answers from the Anvil. Okie dokie artichokes. Here we are back live in prime time for your third and final segment of the day. Your Answers from the Anvil here on episode 644 of Forge and Fuel on this fantastic Friday morning, February the 7th, 2025. Hope you've been coming alive. I've seen that the chat has been that way all morning long. I've seen some perspective. I've seen some high-level humming beings, some people that I think pretty highly of. So I think it's time for DEEZYY to shift us up on the screen. What do we got out there, my guy? What type of high-level humming beings are joining us this morning? The one and only roll out the red carpet, Grammy P's in the building. Great morning, GP. I love you. We love you. Appreciate you. Only way to start your day. Let's go, super soldiers. Spread that PLP. Blessings to all. Blessings right to you, GP. We appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for all your love. Always being live in prime time. Our friends over at Albright's Fur Farm, all the furry critters, and our friends Jared and Jarrett. We appreciate the hell out of all you amazing humming beings over there at the Fur Farm. Great morning, everyone. Great morning right back to you, amazing humming beings. We appreciate you. Delta 24, Anthony. Great morning, Anthony. GM peeps, making a fantabulous Friday. You better believe it. Not fantastic, not fabulous, but fantabulous. Shout out to you. Love you, Anthony. Appreciate you being in the chat. Mama Cap, Kim Jones. It's a fun-filled Friday if you make it that way. Give away your smiles today, F&F crew. They are free. Thanks for the reminder, Mama Bear. Love you. Appreciate you being in the chat. Another mama, Bella Rossi, the beautiful Mama Snow. Great morning, everyone. Have a fantastic Friday and weekend. Right back to you, young lady. I'm sure I'll see you on FaceTime sometime around the next few days, as we usually end up happening. She always steals the phone with Derek, and then I get a nice little Mama Snow session, and then I get the phone handed back to Derek at some point in time. So always enjoy that. Shout out to you, Mama Snow. We love you. G. Lou, the man, the myth, the legend, and Mrs. G. Lou around there somewhere. Great morning, Cap, Swirl, and Easy, DHMG, and GAC fam. You better tell somebody. Shout out to you, Mr. G. Lou. We appreciate the hell out of you. You the man. Bill S.E. Squire, the man, the myth, the legend. Great morning. Tuned in right as the joke started.
Good timing.
Perfect timing this morning. Shout out, Billy boy. Looking forward to hopping on a call with you, my man. Looking forward to the future of the phone booth pod. Who's to say, who's to know? Chris Oswomata. Great morning, everyone. Let's smash. What am I gonna do? Not bring it up. Smash this Friday. Have a spectacular day. Right back to you, Mr. Oswomata and the entire Oswomata crew. Give Steph our love, if you will. How do you do? Mrs. Metal, one half of the Metal Crazies. Great morning, fam. Today's reminder, don't be a sheeple. Someone who only follows and doesn't make up their own minds with their own thoughts / focus, that they rely on others to find value in their life. Ooh, value is found in you. Shout out, Mrs. Metal. Love the daily perspective as always. Appreciate you being a triple OG of the Diamond Ham fam. We love you. Udabomb.com. Brian Live Dog Livingston, the man, the myth, the legend, Live Doggy Dog, GM Diamond Handers. Positive mindsets should start and finish your day on a consistent daily basis. Damn right, Live Dog. Keep coming back. It works if you work it, my man. Shout out to you. Who else we got out there, D's? Our friends over at Radio Free Hub City, the Red Pill Yahoo, Mr. Ken Buckler, and the beautiful Miss BB. I hit rock bottom when I was struggling for basically my life due to my COVID vaccine injury. I came back. Can I say that? Are they going to cancel us because I said that? Who knows? I came back and I'll eventually be stronger than before. We love you, Ken. Appreciate you always fighting. I cannot tell you guys, those of you who do not know Ken, endless resource, endless value coming from this guy. And if you guys don't follow Radio Free Hub City, you're not a subscriber over there, I highly suggest you get tapped in, because they tell you the truth more than I could even begin to try. Every damn news thing that's coming out, every single source, I mean, they got it before anybody else has got it. Check them out. I'm telling you, Radio Free Hub City's going places. They don't pay me to say that. Who's to know? JK Small Time, shout out to our big time bomb dropper live from our nation's capital connection, who gave me some inside information about the nation's capital yesterday. Holy shit, my brain about fell out of my ears. Sometimes you just need to build a bridge or just walk. Ooh, crush the day, everyone. Shout out to you, Mr. Big Time. Love the simplicity. Water off a duck's back, my guy. Appreciate you as always. Our guy, Crypto Savage, there he is. What's up, big dog? When you're at the bottom is when you let the man upstairs take control and guide your path. Then he gets the glory. Absolutely. Every single morning I say in my prayer, I say, hold my hand, walk with me, guide me, and lead me. Make my path straight on your road to glory, for it is your will to be done, not mine. Get up off my knees and I go to work. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go after saying that. Shout out to you, Crypto Savage. Appreciate the hell out of you, man. Kim Jones, Mama Cap, if you're stuck, change your frequency. How about that, huh? Get out of them denser frequencies, get into a little faster moving frequencies. Pretty good perspective. Shout out to you, Mama Bear. Shout out to Dimitri Liakos, new live viewer in the show. Shout out, Dimitri. Great to see you. Yes, you guys give really good content. Hey, we appreciate that. Thank you for your kind words. We appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for tuning in live in prime time, getting in the chat. Shane Harper, Motion, our guy. Great morning, family. Just got done paying some dues. PR on the farmers carry today. Who carried 360 pounds up and down the turf today? This guy. Ooh.
That's strong.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Shout out to you, Motion. Man, going out there and picking up the heavy shit and proverbially putting it down. Pick it up and put it down, motherfucker. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out to you, Motion. Appreciate the hell out of you. Glue, they won't cancel you. CDC has now admitted that they weren't as effective as they thought.
Couldn't have been the pardon to old Fauci right there, right?
No, going all the way back to 2014. No, couldn't have been. No way. Who's to know? Mr. Metal, the other half of the Metal Crazies, GM fam. If you have the thought, put the action behind the thought and keep moving forward. If you have to act or nothing, you have to act or nothing will ever happen. Have a great day, fam. Much love. Big love, Mr. Metal. Proud of you for taking action all the time and keeping moving forward on your consistent, persistent pursuit of your passions. Shout out to all you live viewers out there, tapped in, tuned in. Help that third segment of the day continue to go and flow. We appreciate you tuning in live and starting your day the right way here at Forge and Fuel, baby. But that's all we got coming your way. I got another show to get on at the top of the hour, a little guest appearance. And DJ Swirl One's got a bunch of meetings and things that he's got to check off of his list. So that's all we got for this morning. But we do got some reminders for you, some things to get you up to date on before we officially kick you out of here for the day. So let's begin by checking back in with that aforementioned legend. DJ Swirl One, any final thoughts, comments, reminders, closing questions, anything in between for episode 664?
Actually, yes. It's TGI Friday, so thank Grandpa it's Friday. However, it will not be a GAC space tonight because I will be in a tin can landing back in the Windy City. So that won't happen tonight. We'll do that tomorrow, though. So make sure you do show up for that. Also, tomorrow morning, we will still be rocking yoga at 10 a.m. So if you're in the greens, make sure you pull up for that. Shout out to Jared and all those guys that like to show up for that. Appreciate that. That will still be going on tomorrow. So no space tonight. That will go on tomorrow night. Above and beyond that, I will say this. Thank you all for showing up today. It is great to start my week and end my week with the Forge and Fuel fam. All the DHMG out here. You already know how that is. Looking forward to a great week next week. And I'll tell you, no matter where you are, it might be cold, it might be freezing, you might eat some ice. Bring that light, bring that heat, just warm it up wherever you are, my friends. You have the opportunity to change the world 40 feet in each direction around you, but will you take that opportunity? Shout out to DZ, shout out to Cap. Appreciate you guys and everything you do to help make this show amazing. And I'll see you guys on the flip in a PC, Discord, and all that other shit that Cap likes to say. So, hey, Friday.
Shout out DJ Swirl One. Appreciate the hell out of you, my guy. Thanks for all your insights, your vibes, bringing the tails to my proverbial heads all morning long. Appreciate the hell out of you. Have a fantastic Friday because you, sir, deserve it. And some quality travels back to the Chi-Town. We will see you once you land. And just to let you know, it is still cold as fuck here. Who's to say, who's to know? As for all you beautiful humming beans, still tuned into the show, we appreciate the hell out of you being here. A couple of additional reminders for you. Obviously, no DJ party tonight, too. So I'm really looking forward to next week. Boy, oh boy, am I looking forward to oh shit, am I looking forward to next week. So you heard Swirl say it, no space, no party. Got yoga tomorrow morning. I might even do a little slide into that tomorrow morning. I kind of feel like I'm just going to not do anything tomorrow morning and just slide in at 10 a.m. Who's to know? And then if you'd like to join the Diamond Hand fam, and we mentioned a little bit, some things that we got planned for the future and become a full-time member of what we got going on and start your mental, physical, financial, personal, and professional development journey today, then join us in the Gateway. You can find that link to the Gateway in this episode's description. You can find all of the other pertinent links for DHMG and GACC located right down there as well. And while you're laughing looking at those links, you might as well hit a subscribe button, turn on a notification bell, maybe hit a like. Don't be a host. Share out this show. Leave a comment if you enjoyed it. Maybe repost it on your timeline. Maybe make a clip of this show if you enjoyed a specific part, but just don't be a hoe and tag us here on the show, and we'll put it out on our timeline too. If you see us put out a clip, maybe you could repost that as well. In all honesty, if you could just take a moment and smash the shit out of whatever button you currently see on your screen, boy, oh boy, we'd really appreciate that because it only helps us continue to grow and flow and make this show and all the shows that fall under the Diamond Hand Media Group umbrella bigger and better for each and every one of you. But that's all we got for you today, my friends. It's time to officially turn the open sign to close As James Brown once said, it's time to get on up and get on nah. But before we do, a couple of things I'd appreciate it if you'd allow me to remind you. Number one, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse.
What?
So stop banging your rattle on your high chair, click out of that son of a bitch, and get back to work. Number two, even a dead fish can go with the flow.
What?
So stop floating downstream and try turning around and using those fins that God blessed you with for a change. And number three, being that this here program is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind at DHMG, we don't only
What?
We hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to each and every one of you. Flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. We appreciate you from the bottom of our heart. Thanks for spending some time with us here this morning, and every single morning you choose to. You could invest your time 1,000,001 other places, and the fact that you choose to invest it here, we are forever grateful. We will continue to show up each and every day, pay that investment back to you by staying on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and being right by your side while you pursue yours. And speaking of those passions, while you wrap up this week and you close the door on it and you burst into the hallway of the weekend, maybe try using this weekend to build the life you've been dreaming about instead of using it to escape the life you're currently living. Maybe, just maybe, some things might start to happen for you then. Who's to say, who's to know, but I am living proof that it may or just may not help you grow. However, my friends, can't thank you enough for being super soldiers, 1%ers, setting the precedent that we want to see not only on X, on YouTube, on Rumble, but in this entire wide world. Thank you for making the difference. Thank you for being the change. Thank you for being the Diamond Ham fam. We'll catch you on the flip side, somewhere out there in the ether, maybe another space, another show, chat, a group chat, a DM chat, a VC, maybe the gateway, baby, or wherever you find yourself on those aforementioned consistent, persistent pursuit of your passions. But for now, my friends, we can't thank you enough. For myself, no, I'm sorry. Start off with the man. Without all of his efforts, we wouldn't be able to even have this show in the quality of production that it is. The one and only Derek DZ Snow, DEEZYY. For the co-host with the mo-host, BJ Swirl One Sparks, DJ Swirl One. And for yours truly, Colton Capp Swirl. We can't thank you enough for being here this morning, and every single morning you start your day the right way of forging fuel, baby. But for now, we bid thee adieu. We'll see you same time, same place on Monday morning to kick off another electric week of growth. But for now, this one is officially a wrap. Paper or plastic, Bo is on the son of a bitch, and we tell you, peace and love.